Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? Are we live? Are we live? It's your girl, Jay. It is Wednesday night, and we are live. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to the J Spot Network. We are here, and we are talking women's basketball, as always. Now, I I thought about going live at the spur of the moment because we had a lot to talk about. My schedule opened up for me to be able to be live today. So I decided to be live today. So hopefully people saw the message. Hopefully they can join in when you can join in. If you can't, I understand. Be a part of the replay game, but we're going to go ahead and get started with the show. So there has been a lot of movement going on in the W. So I think we're going to start there. We're going to talk about the W free agency. Obviously, you can see the cover art. We're going to talk about, you know what, some other news dropped that I don't have graphics for and stuff like that, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some college ball. We're going to talk a little bit about Unrivaled, not a lot, but a little bit, because I do the On the Court with Jay and Sess. We cover Unrivaled over there. And I'm trying to think, it's one other thing. Oh, fashions. Fashion. So the fit check segment is not all the way back because I don't have the graphics the way I want them, but we are going to check out the fashions of Unrivaled because they've been doing their thing. So I'm a couple of weeks behind. We're getting ready to go into the third week of Unrivaled. So hopefully I'll pick back up and we can have a proper fit check segment like we used to. But for right now, we're just gonna look at the pictures and talk about them, right? So first and foremost, let's see who's here. We got Jeremy in the house. Hey, Jeremy. We got Iowa, UCLA all day. That has to be RC. That has to be RC that has changed his name again. Nate is in the house. What's going on, Nate? How are you? We got Political Lil. Code switching in full effect. What do you mean? What you mean? Yeah, the fit checks are fly. Yeah, I'm not doing a formal like segment like normal, but I'm working on it. We're gonna get it together. Uh is this RC? Who is this? Or is this another person that really loves Iowa and UCLA? But whoever this is says the NCAA women's basketball season is pure seasoning. We're going into the final month of play of the regular season. That is true. Um, let me know. Let me know who you are for sure. But let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna see if I can do this right. Actually, did I do it wrong? Hold on. There we go. So we got a little bit of news. It didn't. So I didn't get my the way that I wanted it to look. The background is a little messed up, but I think what I'm gonna do here is fix this real quick so I can be seen. So un momento, por favor. We're gonna work on this real quick. Hold on. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. 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 There we go. I'm right here. Put myself. That should do. Y'all should be able to see me right there. Mm. We'll see how this looks. All right. Shh, 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 shh. Not right now. Lay down. You know my dogs are already trying to start. Well, okay, so RC on here, I'm not on my normal program. I'm on my other one, and on here I can't see if you are if you got a wrench or not. I'm not. I don't see it the same way. So all I see is your name and then your comment. So I'm not able to see that you're a wrench. So I knew it was you. I was almost certain that it was you. But I wanted to make sure, because yes, for the 4,000th time, you have changed your name. Um, True Holiness Apostolic. I believe that's Nathaniel. Hi, how are you? RC says it's probably more than that. You're being too nice. What are you talking about? Where's Moses? Oh, Moses says 4,000 times. I thought that was RC saying that. All right, let's get into a little bit here. I'm gonna turn this off. Let me see if y'all can see this. Um, boom, boom. There we go. So, Asia Wilson, my girl Asia, was named the 5-on-5 Female Athlete of the Year by USA Basketball. My girl is still out here getting accolades, doing her thing, being great as she is. I don't know about right now, but she was in Paris living her best life. Asia has been living her entire best life this off season. I know we wanted her to play an Unrivaled. We were hoping she would do it, but Asia was adamant about um, not. I think she just doesn't want to play organized basketball when she doesn't have to. She has her regiment. She works out. Obviously, she works on her game when she's not when she's in the off season. We see how every year she comes back better than she was before. Um, which is crazy because how do you get better than what she's been doing? But she does it. Um, and I forgot to put on my glasses, y'all. That's why I was struggling to read those to read those words. But Asia's doing it, and I just think that she just didn't want to have to worry about playing any organized ball and be stuck to a certain schedule and stuff like that. She has her things that she does during the off season, and right now, her if she's not traveling with the Heat, she is she's doing her own thing. We saw her in Paris. She was at a couple of shows. She was at the NBA game that was there. I think it was what Indiana versus um, San Antonio. Of course, we know if you watch NBA, you know who Wimby is. Wimby is from Paris. He was Rookie of the Year last year. He's the very tall guy. I think he's like 20 years old right now. But he came in super young, 19 years old. I think he's like 7 feet and 8 or 9 inches. I don't know. I don't know. Pause. I don't know how tall he is, but they were at that game. Asia was there. Sabrina was there. Cam was there. The two people that should have been in Unrivaled, they was in they was in Paris. But I digress. So shout out to Asia for being amazing. Uh, there we go. All right. Next up, let's see what we got next. Um, are we going to talk about some trades? Oh, we're going to talk about some transactions. So, I didn't list down all the transactions that have happened, but we know, and I'm going to go through some of them, but some of the ones that I don't have on here that did happen. Um, Monique Billings was officially signed with the Valks, so she's officially there. It was a tad bit confusing, but it's what I thought. Um, just because you are drafted in an expansion draft to that team, that does not mean that you have a permanent spot there. That was my complaint about them drafting so many people when they did this expansion draft, because I'm like, they can't keep, there's no way you can keep all these people. And although some of them were inactive or not playing in the W, I was just like, if I'm just throwing out a name, not Monique. Obviously, Monique is signed, but if I'm Monique and I'm enjoying my time in Phoenix, right? Um, and yeah, okay, Phoenix didn't protect me, so maybe my future in Phoenix is not that great. But I'm just saying, just as a player, I'm there at a team that I enjoy. You draft me just to cut me is crazy to me. So I don't really get the whole expansion draft situation, but congrats to Monique Billings for being officially a part of the Valks. I'm gonna pull up the transactions as well, just to see what else I missed before I get into my full slides. Celeste Taylor. Celeste, they need to go ahead and give her a full contract. Celeste just signed a training camp contract with the Phoenix Mercury. Uzin signed a training camp contract with the Dallas Wings. Let's see. Nothing else really. Nothing else really earth shattering other than what we're going to talk about right now. Yeah, nothing crazy. So, Kelsey Mitchell re-signed with the Indiana Fever. I thought as of last year she was going to be gone. She kind of made some comments that, to me seemed like she was going to be gone. But I guess some things changed. Maybe it has something to do with the coach that's no longer there. Maybe it's the opportunity to play under Stephanie White. I'm not really sure, but she is back in Indiana and she got a really warm reception. I don't know if you guys saw that online. There were all the fans. I don't know if they were fans or just people that worked there or whatever, or teammates, whatever it was. I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw her walking into the building with people clapping on both sides, giving her a really warm reception. So that had to really feel good to her to have that there. Really quick, I'm gonna check your comments before I continue on. Um, Political says, "Congrats to Asia." RC says, "Speaking of Asia, J Spot, can they retool the Aces nucleus and supporting players around her for championship number 3?" I'm gonna get back to you on that. I think we can, but I'm gonna once we get through all these transactions, we'll talk about it. Nathaniel says, "When would we final find out who was coming into the WNBA draft?" We're not gonna find that out until the after the national championship is done. You don't really know. I mean, we speculate. The draft boards are there. They're pretty close to the way the draft boards work, but we don't know until people start announcing, "Yes, I'm coming out. No, I'm staying in another year." We won't know that. So as announcements come, we'll find out. But nothing really is official until usually after the whoever is going to be going into the draft. They'll announce it usually after they are out of the tournament, if they are in the tournament. Once their season is over is when we'll find out. And then draft night, I think, is April 14th this year. We'll know for sure what's going on. Political says she had a hell of a year, talking about Asia. Yes, she did. So that's why Sabrina dipped out of Unrivaled. Well, I feel like Sabrina, as I was saying before, Sabrina was the last one to sign on, and I think she was not going to do it. I think she probably had some conversations with them, and came around to doing it. But she had other obligations, I feel like, and that probably was the holdup and why she didn't sign on, earlier. And I think that her team or whoever is in charge agreed to that, and they would rather have her on and be able to excuse her for some things than not have her at all. So I think it was already approved. I'm not upset about it at all. It is what it is. Moses says, "I'm surprised Kelsey is resigning." Me too, but I guess she decided maybe that money talks. Maybe the opportunity and the situation is better for her now, and it could have been that she did not get what she wanted, or where she might have thought she wanted to go. They weren't talking wasn't about that business, so she decided to go back to Indiana. I'm not really sure, but she's there. RC says, "Kelsey Mitchell showed the world hooping alongside Kaylin Clark ain't as bad folks try to make it out to be. Okay, Kelsey Mitchell showed the world hooping alongside with Caitlin Clark ain't as bad as folks tried to make it out to be. Okay, that is not as bad. That they felt people feel like what it sucks to play alongside Caitlin. Is that what you're saying? That she's not a good teammate, or it just sucks playing alongside her because of all the popularity and stuff that she has? Is that what you mean? Um, RC says that Sabrina quit Unrivaled. No, Sabrina didn't quit Unrivaled. She was not there this past weekend because she was in Paris. Political says Don Staley, FIBA Hall of Fame class of 2025. So cool. Oh, okay, yeah. I think I saw that. I didn't pull it up, but congrats to Don also. That is very, very cool. And I mean Don is GOAT, right? So much she's accomplished in her career, not only as a player but as a coach. Nathaniel says when she can be free again, when she could be a free agent, the one with the sign from Indiana Fever, when she can be a free agent again. Are you talking about when can Kelsey Mitchell be a free agent again? I don't know what the terms of her contract are, but I know most players right now are signing 1-year contracts because the CBA ends after this season, and they are negotiating right now to try to get a new CBA ready for the 2026 season, because if they don't have that, then we're not going to have a season, or we're going to have a partial season, or we're going to see some people sit out, which again will make for us not being able to have a season. So a lot of players right now are signing 1-year contracts just because when they don't want to be signed into something and then money changes, term changes, they don't get in on that because they're stuck in an old contract. So most people are signing 1-year contracts. I don't know. I didn't look to see what Kelsey Mitchell signed. It didn't say what she signed. They just said she signed. She signed a core contract with the Indiana Fever. Core contract, if they cored her, meaning she got the max or super max contract she can get. And I'm assuming it might be a year. Kelsey was cored. She wasn't going nowhere. Well, Kelsey wasn't going anywhere, but we also know that Kelsey Plum was cored by Aces and Satu was cored by Dallas, and both of them are leaving their teams. Although we don't know where Satu is going, we know that Kelsey ended up leaving. But she's her max contract does follow her to LA. Political says, now see how important she is to Caitlin's success. They can close their mouths with negativity. There you go. RC says Kelsey and Caitlin both cook dangerously. Nathaniel gave me the heart hands. Monty says, how far do you think they go, Jay? Who? How far do I think who goes? Are we talking about Indiana or somebody else? RC says, once I saw how important a player and how much a great shooter Kelsey Mitchell was, I was like, yeah, man, we got to keep her in-house. I mean, Kelsey is the truth. I wanted her to come to Chicago, personally. I'm being selfish. But, that's not what happened. I'm trying to make a Christian WNBA league in 2021, but I'm the owner of the league. Okay. Anything you want, you can make happen. Oh, okay. Monty says the Fever. I'll be honest, Monty, I'm not a super fan of Indiana. I'm an Aces and Sky Girl over here. But how far do I think they go? I mean, they did pretty well, last season? They went to the first round of the playoffs with the players that they had. Right now, the only person they're missing is is Timmy gone? I think Timmy's gone. If I got that right, I can't remember. Y'all let me know in the chat. But somebody got drafted by the Valks, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Timmy. I might be wrong. If they can get another player to replace Timmy, I don't see why they couldn't still go far. I mean, they got Stephanie White. She's a great coach. I think she obviously she's a more tenured coach. She has more experience. I think she can do something with the team. It all depends on chemistry. I think they're going into their second year playing with the bulk of this team so far that we know. I'll be honest. I'm gonna be honest about Indiana. Watching Unrivaled, my new off-season bestie has become Lexi Hall. I was not checking for Lexi during the regular season. I wasn't watching Indiana play, so I didn't know anything about Lexi Hall other than she was a shooter. I know she led the league last year in 3-point percentage, and so I knew she was good. I just never really watched her play. So I'm watching her play now, and I don't know. I think I was hearing rumors about either Lexi was getting subbed for Katie Lou or somebody else. Somebody else was getting moved around out of the starting lineup or somewhere, and it was maybe a little drama going on with that. Wasn't paying that much attention to it because, like I said, I'm not a fan of Indiana, so I wasn't really reading too much of that. But I like Lexi Hall. Now, is that going to turn me into a fan of Indiana when the season starts? No. Lexi got to go back to being forgotten in my eyes. No, not in a bad way, but I can't with Indiana. Like Aces, Chicago, those are my teams, and as much as they try to make it a rivalry between Indiana and Chicago because Angel and Cece, I don't really feed that much into it, but it's a lot. We played them 5 times this season, and so I gotta draw the line. I gotta ride for my Chicago Sky. So we'll see. I mean, I think they can go. They can go as far. Fever playoffs or no playoffs? I'll say playoffs. RC says, "Nah, Jay, nah, you good? You got Sloot? Yeah, we got Sloot. I'm happy to have Sloot because, and not let me. I'm gonna look at these and then I'm gonna keep going. We're still stuck on Kelsey. I have Seattle winning it all. Okay, Seattle. Seattle's winning it all. Who is in Seattle now? We know Jewel Lloyd left, so you still got NECA, you got Jordan, you got SDS. Who else does Seattle have? I don't think they're keeping Mercedes Russell. Who was there? Oh, Ed Ezzy. Ezzy is good. Winning it all, I don't know, but that's your opinion, and we'll go with that. Political says Timmy she went to the Valks. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, thank you. RC says Chicago, J Spot Chicago, Sky Central channel was kind of mid on seeing Sloot's return. Do you like having Vander Sloot back? I mean, I wanted it simply because I felt like if they went after Vandersloot, that to me was giving me an indication that they were going after a younger point guard, which means they either are still trying to go after Olivia Miles or they might get Pow Pow. I'm not really sure. But getting a vet such as Sloot just for 1 year, she just signed a 1 year contract like most people will. Um, it just made me think you get someone like Sloot who is a champion, has championships. She won one in Chicago. She's a vet. She has played, she might not be on the top of everybody's list as far as like the best point guards ever, whatever. She owns records there in Chicago. I think she will be we needed a good, solid vet at point guard in order to help develop and grow and mentor a young point guard when we get that point guard in. And so that just indicated to me that Chicago still has their eye on drafting a young point guard. Hopefully that point guard is Olivia. Of course, Seattle might snatch her up. I don't know because Seattle has a number 2. So I don't know if they're going to try to wheel and deal and get the number 2 pick, switch, find a way to swap with Seattle. I don't think they have a lot of trade value over there to do that. But if Jeff finds a way to do that, that's awesome. or Seattle ends up not wanting Olivia and going for somebody else. Uh, we don't know. But I think that them getting Sloot means they're going to get a younger, they're going to try to get a younger point guard, I think, from the draft. That's just my opinion. So I'm happy with Sloot. She doesn't need a lot of minutes. I don't think she's hogging the ball. I don't think she cares if she's starting or not. I think she's going to be there to help the team where they need it as far as experience. But I think she's fine with just also taking a seat back and just like doing her thing and then going back to the bench. Same as like Elizabeth Williams um, will be doing for Angel and Camilla. Like she's there. She's been in the league forever. If they keep her, I don't know. For right now, I think she's with them. But I think that's the knowledge, the experience, the speaking in their ear, the helping them, supporting them, but not necessarily needing to be in a starting role and needing to get tons of minutes, which will allow the younger players to continue to develop and grow. Um, 2025 will be Link's year. Chicago, or she says, or Chicago with Jeff P, a girl Dana leading the way. I think Dana's gone. I personally think Dana, they're shopping around trying to find a good deal for Dana. I think Dana's going to be going to a different team. What do you think about Satu going to Valkyries for the number 5? I don't like people trading these picks. Like I think they need to keep their picks. I think Satu also wants to go to uh, New York with her sister. So we'll see about that. Bree Wayne says, "What's up, J Book? What's going on, Bree Wayne? If NECA Aguma K doesn't stay in Seattle, Seattle's going to be a pedestrian near the bottom team, and they might as well tap the reset button. Skylar might hold on. This is what I'm about to do, y'all. Hold on. Because we're still talking here. I'm going to. No, I can't fix it. There we go. We're going to do this real quick so I can get back to the comments. We're still stuck on Kelsey. If NECA doesn't come back, they're going to be a pedestrian in the bottom team. They might as well tap the reset button. Skylar might need to ask out next too. I think Skylar's good there. She really likes I was gonna say Neil Ivy. She really likes now Neil's name is what is Quinn, Coach Quinn. She really likes Coach Quinn. They have a really good relationship. I don't really see her leaving, and they have that facility. I don't see her leaving right now for that. Vandersloot and Jeff have history, so she must have wanted to come back. Plus, she can teach younger players. Jeff likes Vandersloot a lot. Yep. RC says Satu Sabli is the biggest name left out there in the market still. I think she's going to New York. I think what I heard around the internet is that they are going to make a trade which will send Benijah Laney Hamilton to Dallas with somebody else. And then New York gets Satu. So I don't know if that's true. We shall see. We shall see. You mean Dejanay? Dejanay Carrington free agency 2025. Yeah, I want Dejanay as well. My thought, what I was thinking in my head, we need to get Sloot. Well, not need to get Sloot. Sloot's name was floating around. So I said I wouldn't mind getting Sloot because of the reasons I just said. If we get Sloot, I also want to get Dejanay if we weren't going to re-sign Kennedy, which looks like we're probably not going to. Which, by the way, I kind of hurts my heart a little bit, but it is what it is. But if we get Dejanay and Sloot, I think we're on our way to building something special there. Even though Sloot is only committed to 1 year, probably Dejanay. Dejanay is an unrestricted free agent, so I think her contract follows her. I don't know how much time she had on her contract, but I think we can build something special there. Dejanay and I was gonna say Kim and and the Skytown, my Skytown Towers, Camilla and Angel, and just depending on who they keep. Do they keep Big Mama Rachel? Do they are they sticking with Elizabeth Williams? Are they bringing? I heard they might be bringing Brenda Maxwell back, so that's something to look out for, because she's well and everything's good now. She's a shooter. Depending on who we get in the draft, that's another thing. Are we going to get Olivia? Are we going to get Powell? Are we going to get Citron? Are we going to get Nice? Are we going to get some? Who are we getting? That's also going to determine a lot. So, you know, we in the thick of it. We in the thick of it. It's a lot. It's very exciting. There's a lot to consider. So I'm very excited. Um, Moses says basically Jay is saying that any team with CC on it, she is not rooting for. It is not. It's not solely because of CC. I am usually anti anything that is forced down my throat. I just don't. I'm just not a fan of it. Last year, it was Sabrina Ionescu. For that, it was just always her commercials everywhere. That's all they were talking about. Sabrina. Plus, New York was a thorn in the Aces side. Not last year, the year before. The New York was a thorn in our side. They were the only team that beat us twice the year that we only lost 6 games. And I just did not like New York. I didn't want to root for New York. I didn't like nobody. Not that I didn't like anybody on New York, but I wasn't feeling, I was rooting for Aces, right? And so Indiana has become that team because one of my favorite teams, Chicago, is like they're just forcing Indiana down. Like it always has to be something between Chicago and Indiana. And I'm tired of it. Like I said, we have to literally play them 5 times this year, which is bananas. So it's not solely CC, but yeah, Indiana's the team that I'm not rooting for this year. Who or what Chicago trade for Sloot? They didn't trade. I think Sloot was Sloot a free agent? I don't know if she was a free agent, but they didn't trade anybody for her. She had to be a free agent if they didn't switch anything for her. They just signed her. So maybe her contract was up in New York, but they didn't trade in anybody for her, that to my knowledge. She says, I've heard they want Sloot and Mariah Jefferson as their point guards this season rather than drafting anybody. Yeah, I heard that too, and I don't want to say I don't believe it, but that's just not my vision for Chicago, but we'll see what they end up doing. I don't think that's the way to go. Like I like Mariah and Sloot as like I think they're great players, but you do not get rid of the number 3. You don't get rid of your first round picks for Sloot and Mariah. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what they're going to use that number 3 pick for. If they're trading that pick to get a player, it better be a damn good player. Cuz I don't understand that. But in my heart of hearts, if I'm Jeff, I'm trying to talk to Seattle to figure out what I need to do to swap with them and convince them to take the 3 and I'll take the 2 so I can get Olivia. Jeremy says, I do feel you about Sonia Citron getting drafted by the Sky. I mean, that can happen too. I'm with that too. She was an unrestricted free agent, so it was no exchange. Okay, cool. Thank you, political. It isn't all that hot to me. That's no significant upgrade. Yeah. She says, I agree. I just heard that they are high on Jefferson in that spot. I would rather they get Miles. Yeah, I can see them keeping Jefferson. Like we need veteran point guards and good point guards. Along with whoever we're gonna draft if they draft some. I just hope he doesn't give up that 3rd pick. We're not out of the woods yet, but I hope he doesn't do that. I'm I would not be happy if he did that. Wouldn't make any sense to me, but that wouldn't be the first time that Jeff does something that doesn't make sense to me. She says, though unlikely, there's still a chance Carter stays on the Sky if nobody else picks her up. It is a possibility. I feel like what Jeff said about her, if I was Kennedy, I wouldn't come back to Chicago. Um, Even if there was a possibility that I could, I just wouldn't feel right coming back there knowing he feels the way that he feels about me. That's just me. I don't know. Money also talks. So we'll see. I don't suspect she's gonna come back though. Nathaniel says, does WNBA free agent start on Saturday? No, the free agency has started already. We're in free agency right now. Um, what happens February 1st is when people can actually sign contracts. Now, I know they have announced some people have already signed. I'm not really sure how that is a possibility or what it is that they can sign and other people can, or maybe it's trades or something. I don't know. But February 1st is when the people that's been talking to other teams, like your unrestricted free agents and things like that, they can start signing. So we will see much more news about who's signing and going where starting February 1st. But they have all the way up until training camp, really, I think, to sign people or decide if they're not going to sign people. I wonder if AT's trade will influence Dejanay's decision to leave Connecticut. I think so. That's why I felt like she was going to come to Chicago. I do know that she had a meeting with Chicago in Miami. I was happy to hear about that. I feel like AT's leaving. I feel like Bonner is probably leaving. Um, we know that they did get Tosh Cloud. Um, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a good opportunity for Dejanay to leave. I don't know if she really wants to or whatever, but I would like to see her come to Chicago. RC says if Citron gets drafted by the Sky, that's depressing for me though. Why? Where do you want Citron? Political says 5 times WNBA. That's just exploding a hateful situation. Oh, okay, 5 times WNBA. That's just exploding a hateful situation. Must have been those games making the cash register ring. Yeah, I mean, I think I mean, I'm not, don't quote me on this because I don't know this to be 100% true, but I believe Chicago and Indiana games probably got the highest ratings of last season, especially after the drama that took place. Was that the first or second game? I think it was when Kennedy pushed Cece. I can't remember what game that was, but I do believe that both of those teams playing together brought, if not the highest ratings, like they were up there with some of the highest ratings of the W. So yeah, Kathy saw that. She saw them dollar signs, and she said 5 times. Yes, five, 5 times. Milk that until it's done. Now, I think this season coming up, I would like to see it fade away from the Angel CC thing because they don't even play against each other. They don't play the same position. It is simply based off hateful stuff that people made up. And I feel like Angel always gets the short end of the stick. It's just another opportunity for people to harass her and her teammates, talk about her, say disrespectful things to her. I don't think it's anything about the competition of the game. I don't think it's anything exciting about them playing against each other. Um, I think people draw to that because of a hateful thing that was made up by the media, um, that blew up. If it was just based off, oh, it's so good to watch Angel and CC battle each other on the floor, like watching LSU versus South Carolina, um, watching Angel versus Camilla, that was exciting because they were battling, they were just playing. It wasn't any real drama associated with it. That CC and Angel is rooted in a situation that blew up and became a good versus evil situation, and that's what kind of drew the crowd in. Now they can look at it as a positive way and say, "Hey, we helped grow basketball." That's what Angel always says. She never really harps on the negativity or the negative side of it, which is really good for her. But for me, it's just I'm tired of that whole trope. If we can just watch them play basketball, that'd be great. But I say all that to say I think the real what's going to switch and what I hope switches is let's see Paige and CC go up against each other, because those of us that watch college basketball know that, a lot of people say Paige was the original Caitlin Clark. Like before she got hurt, that's who everyone was watching. That's who the cameras were following. She was slated to be the best of all time and all this other stuff. So now that she enters the W and she's a point guard just like Cece, that's more of a battle I'd like to see. I like to see those two teams go up against each other and see for real them go head to head. That's what I would like to see. And I think I can see the shift happening if it does. That more people will be interested in watching that matchup than watching Angel and CC, just because I'm tired of it. But it's making money, so Kathy's gonna go with it. I guess I can't be too mad at her. Satu Sabali, um, Golden State Valkyries free agency, maybe. Political says yes, she needs to move on. Jeff has an attitude that he can do black women any kind of way, trying to destroy their reputation, which is uncalled for. Facts. Political says me too. I can't wait. It's just a thing of the past. It's just some aggravated stupidity. It's rooted in racial bias and superiority, inferiority complex. Yep. She says the media will get even worse with the narratives if Carrington ends up on the sky with Angel facing the fever 5 times. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Well, Kathy may push for that. She might stick her foot in there to try to get Dejanay over there. I forgot all about that. And they play Indiana 5 times. And Dejanay, I think Dejanay was one of the ones that says the Fever fans are the worst fans in the WNBA. Oh yeah, yeah. She's licking her chops, hoping that Dejanay signs over there. Jeremy says, "How do you feel about Sonia Citron being drafted by the Sky?" I would love that. I wouldn't mind us getting Sonia. Y'all know I'm a Notre Dame fan as well, so I mean, I would love to have Sony there. If I mean, it all depends. I would like to have Olivia first because I think she'd be great for Camilla and Angel, but I also think Sonia Citron would be great as a part of the team, because she's not flashy. You don't hear about her a lot, but even last year she was a very integral part of Notre Dame. Once she came back, she got hurt. Once she came back, she's just there. She shoots the shot when she needs to. She's great on defense. She's a great passer. She can drive to the basket, but it's silent because you're playing with Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo, and that's all you really hear about. But she still produces, so I'll be happy. I'll be happy to get her. Sydney Colson, Golden State Valkyries, free agency. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe. And Monty says, biggest concern you have for the Sky. My biggest concern is that Jeff is not going to get the right pieces. Like, I feel like they're putting a lot of pressure on this team to be a championship team. They keep saying it. We are dedicated and whatever. We're focused on being a team that has a championship mentality and can go and be a playoff contending team. But then they don't set this team up to do that. And then they would rather blame the coach, i.e. Teaspoon, for the fact that 80% of your team is hurt and can't play. 50% of your team is coming back from injury. A lot, and the team being brand new, the team not gelling as well as not giving them time to gel. That coach also being new. They didn't set that team up to be playoff contending team. And even though he didn't do anything to help the situation, Sky was one game away from being in playoff contention anyway, which is the crazy part. And they still got upset at that and let her go. I mean, I think for other reasons as well. But I just want the front office to do their job, give us the pieces we need. You do not draft players like Angel and Camilla and then don't do anything to cultivate that, to grow that, to put them in a position to be as effective as they can be for your team, knowing that they can't carry the team, but they can definitely help elevate it with the right pieces. And then as they're growing, because they were just rookies last year, they can end up being these top franchise players who Chicago will be their legacy, and will be a successful team based off them being successful with the time that they put in, growing in with this team. Um, so my concern is, who is he going to put around them? I think Tyler is great. Uh, I've seen Tyler coach his first head coaching game when Becky had to set out. They did great. He's very instrumental in the development. We've already talked about Tyler's development of players, which he helped Jackie. Chelsea Gray has talked a lot about him. Asia has talked a lot about him, and just like he's there at the gym 24/7 whenever they needed him to work on anything. He leads their off-season training sessions and things like that. So I think he will be good, but he can only be as good as Jeff gives him the room to be. So that's my concern. Let's get the right people, and then Jeff needs to go sit in his office and relax and stay and leave us alone. Like let us get time to grow together, gel together, see how things work with Tyler and some of the schemes he comes up with, and not be so pressure, to be this championship team when you don't have a championship player. You don't have a championship caliber team to go to the championship. So that's me. I don't know if I really answered the question or not. Political says Kathy cash register ringing on that one. Carrington to Chicago. Kathy calling Jeff. You need to help make that Carrington deal happen. Right. The whole league got the same goal. Chicago not doing nothing spectacular. Right. Iowa says, who you think Seattle takes at number 2? Sorry for the delayed response, but I want Citron in Indiana or Las Vegas. I'll take Citron in Las Vegas before I take her to Indiana. You know how I feel about Indiana. Also, I keep seeing in the draft boards that they got Anissa Morrow going to Indiana. My stomach hurts. I can't have her going to Indiana, because then I got to root for Indiana. And that's gonna hurt my soul, because Nice is my girl. So I can't root against Nice, but it's gonna hurt me to have to root for her playing on Indiana's team. I just can't. Political says you want to win a championship, but you got to go coach. You go get a coach with less experience than the coach you have, and send your leading scorer packing. All facts. Monty says, is there anyone that plays with Reese on the rows you would want to see her play with in Chicago? Thanks for answering the questions, by the way. No problem. Keep them coming. I, I'll take Lex. Give me Lex. I think Lex and Angel, I don't know if y'all been watching Unrivaled. Lex and Angel play really, really well together. So far, they've only played 4 games, but I think they're the most productive when they're together. I feel like there's an ease there that they play together with. Lex is a shooter. Angel draws the defense. She passes it out to Lex. Lex shoots it. Lex gets the ball because she is a shooter. She can draw the defense, and that kind of opens it up for her to give a quick pass to Angel, and Angel can shoot it or go up or whatever it is that she does. So out of everybody that is on that team, I would say I would like to see Lex. If Lex can come to Chicago, that would be great. And I wouldn't mind Slim. I wouldn't mind Slim as point guard to come to Chicago if I had my pick, but I would go with Lex first. And I think I'm the only one that calls her Lex. Her name is her name is Lexi, but I give people nicknames all the time. That's Lex to me. Hey Eagles brothers, what's going on? How are you? RC says, I don't feel like Dejanay will be going back to Connecticut. Not at all. Maybe DC ends up in Seattle or Minnesota though. J Spot. Possibly I want her in Chicago. And like I said, I'm happy that Chicago did have a conversation with her. So at least I know somebody's interested, whether they're interested in her or she's interested in them. I think Angel is doing a lot of talking down there in Miami. I think a lot of people are doing a lot of talking with each other, and that's also helping to influence some of these things that are happening. Hopefully, Angel can get to her, and I mean, honestly, it's up to Connecticut because she's a restricted free agent. So Chicago will have to offer her something that Connecticut can't or won't match. You know what I'm saying? Because they have the last say. They can say, "Oh, they're offering you X amount of money. Okay, we match that. You have to stay here." So she really doesn't have a whole lot of choice in the matter. It just depends on what Connecticut wants to do, no matter where she goes. Okay, Nathaniel says Alicia Clark to Connecticut. You want I mean, to Alicia Clark to Connecticut. I thought you said the Valks. I was about to say you want everybody to go to the Valks. Political says J Spot, K Sap is supposed to be doing a tell all interview with the Sky assistant coach that was fired at the All Star break soon. Oh, Crystal Robinson. Ooh, that would be interesting. She was fired or she quit? Did you say she was fired? Huh, interesting. RC says, I hope when the season starts, Kennedy Carter has a spot in a very solid, good franchise in W. Her talents say girl belongs in this league. She hasn't hurt or injured anyone. Why can't she play? Yeah, I don't. I wanted her to stay with Chicago. I thought building that team with the big three, which was Kennedy, Angel, and Camilla, was the way to go. But Jeff thought otherwise. Political says, I hope that poor child doesn't get stuck in a sunken place. She won't survive that racism. I don't want my girl over there. Eagles brother says for the second pick in the WNBA draft, the Seattle Storm selects Olivia Miles, guard Notre Dame. I can't wait. Oh yeah, I didn't answer that other part of your question when you said RC. Who do I think that they're going to pick? I do think they're going to pick Olivia. See, Seattle. I mean, SDS is a obviously from Notre Dame. She does a lot of work with them. She knows them firsthand. She knows what she can do. She herself is a point guard, so I think she would love the chance to bring on somebody like Olivia Miles to play with, to also help grow and mentor. And I'm kind of mad about it because I don't want her to go. I want her to go to Chicago. I don't want her to go to I don't want her to go to Seattle. So I'm hoping because Skylar also talked very highly of Sonia Citron. And if Jewel's gone, you know, they have a spot there for Sonia. So they might, because she was talking very highly of her, they might decide, okay, Summer is blowing me up. Why you ain't in my chat? I need to text her right now. Um, but yeah, I think hopefully she'll go for Sonia. I really do. Hey y'all, while y'all are in here, thank y'all for watching. You are watching the J Spot live here on the J Spot Network. Go ahead and give me the thumbs up. I can't see how many thumbs up I have or how many likes I have, but please, 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 if you're in here, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. It is free. Also, if you're not a subscriber and you would like to be, that's also free. You can just hit that little button somewhere around there that says subscribe, and you can check out all my content that I have here on my page. Also, if you feel like blessing the platform, if you feel like doing so, you can hit me with a super chat. Um, I don't know what the denominations are on there, but feel free to hit that if you want to. Um, all donations are accepted here at the J Spot Network. And now back to my regularly scheduled program. Iowa or RC says nobody except Sabrina was raining circus logo threes before Caitlin. Caitlin gets nobody except Sabrina was raining circus logo threes before Caitlin. Caitlin gets insane praise and insane hate. That's what greatness will get you, though. She can't please everyone, nor should she. Oh, you back on the Caitlin train now? We chewing again, huh? RC. Glad to see you back. Glad to see you back. Um, Jay Hamilton says Kathy will veto any DJ trade that's not to Chicago. Right. I'm telling you, now that you brought that up, Kathy is like, "Ooh, how much money can I make?" They have two enemies on this one team. Let's figure how we can make this happen. Like, I'm going to make an executive order myself and move DJ to move her to Chicago. Donovan says he's excited to get Olivia in Seattle. We'll see. We'll see. Dana Evans, New York Liberty. Sure, take her. All good with me. Monty says I'd like Anissa Morrow to be paired back with Reese and then Pow Pow to be paired back with Cardoso. What's the likelihood? I also like that. I was thinking that for a moment. When they had Anissa high in the draft boards, it was looking like she would go to Chicago at 3 and Pow Pow would go to Chicago at 10. And I was very excited about that because I think that that would be, I don't know if Chicago would actually do that, but that would be amazing to see because now you have two players that know how to play with your two franchise players. The ones that you're trying to center your offense around, these are two players that know how to do that perfectly. These are players that know Nice was arm in arm, hip to hip with Angel. So she knows exactly where she wants the ball, how to give her the ball, all that stuff. Now the only difference is that Angel is the 4 versus being the 5 now. And that means Nice will have to be the 3. So their dynamic is a little different, but they still have that that relationship and that chemistry to play together. Same thing with Pow Pow and Camilla. Pow Pow knows exactly where to get Camilla the ball. We know she's going to give her the ball. We know she's going to look to give her the ball as the point guard. She's looking to give it to the post, whether that's Angel or Camilla. That's what she's been trained to do. That's what she's going to do. So I like that prospect. I also liked earlier in the draft season when they had Raven maybe coming to Chicago. That's even a better relationship because Raven and Camilla had played together previously for 8 years before, Camilla went on to go to the W. So that relationship is actually really good. And Raven has also played with Angel. And not to mention, Raven is Camilla's best friend, and Raven is also best friends with Angel. So that is just a full on relationship. You throw a niece in there, like everybody else can go sit down. But the likelihood of that happening, I don't know. I don't see us getting both Reese. I don't see us getting both Morrow and Pow Pow. It might be a combination of the two, but I don't think we'll get both. Political says Carrington wants a max contract, but since Connecticut can match, Chicago might have to throw in something extra. Yeah, and that's what they were talking about throwing in a number 3 pick, and don't do that. We're not doing that. I love Dejanay, but don't. No, we're not doing that. Donovan says now J Spot, Sonia Citron is not a number 2 draft pick. I mean, I don't. If the team wants Sonia Citron that has a number 2 draft pick, that's who they're going to pick. I mean, who was I talking to? It might be a possibility. It might have been a possibility that Dallas chose or would choose Kiki to be the number 1 draft pick if they really needed that position over having another point guard. Even though that point guard is Paige, and even though people don't think that Kiki Ariafin is a number 1 draft pick. It's all about what these teams want, not necessarily or need, not necessarily how popular we think that choice is, or that person is a solid, like Nice is not worth a 3 or Citron is not worth a 3. If Chicago or Seattle decides that they want that position, then Citron's going to be a number 2. It is what it is. I don't know. It would be weird In our eyes, yes, for Sid trying to go number 2 and Olivia to go number 3, it doesn't make sense in our brains. But for me, that works out well for me because that means that means we get Olivia. So maybe it's going to be unconventional. I'm just hoping that happens, or like I said, Chicago finds a way to do a swap with Seattle, so we're guaranteed uh, to get we're more guaranteed to get Olivia that way. RC says one Iowa fan reminds me time to time how they unsubscribed. All I said was Kennedy Carter can play hoops. I don't get it, but I do. Some people don't see all the talent. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with getting Sky let fever. Scarlet, or like Scarlet Fever, but it's Skylet Fever. Okay, there we go with the dad jokes. I'm gonna go through a few more of these, and let me get to the rest of my news. I haven't even talked about any of these trades yet. Y'all going ham. Thank you, by the way. I love it. I love the comments. Keep them coming. I'm just messing around. Kennedy Carter to the Las Vegas Aces. I wouldn't mind that. I'm not mad at that at all. Um, RC says, Donovan, would you perhaps say that Anissa Morrow is a number 2 pick? RC says, I want homegirl Lauren Betts to stay one more year to play with Sienna Betts at UCLA, one more season as well next season. Maybe Lauren Betts can be a sure shot fire top 2 or 3 draft pick selection. And we don't even know. I guess we're talking about draft picks now. We were going to talk about that anyway. We're talking about that now. We don't even know what's going on with Flagey yet. Because if Flagey decides to go to the W this year, then she's number 2. So what do y'all think about that? If Flagey comes out, then that changes everything. She's number 2. We still get Olivia at number 3. All is well with the world. If she doesn't come out, then, it's going to go as follows. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. She says if that's no typo, then I agree. Maybe the New York Liberty Library taking down the New York Library. Stop it. Political says I love to see Kennedy and Teaspoon with the Aces. Oh, that would be lovely. That would be nice. Dejanay to Chicago. So it's a real thing. Interesting. They've been talking. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but they've been talking. What is this? Lorla. I'm not sure who that is. I'm sorry. I don't want to try to pronounce that. LSU win it all? What will it do for Morrow's stock? If LSU wins it all, Morrow jumps up significantly in my eyes. I think Morrow has been playing amazing basketball. I think she's at 93 or 94, somewhere around there. I might be wrong on the number. In double doubles, career double doubles, she's number 2 all time in double doubles in NCAA women's basketball. She has been solid on defense. She's been a solid scorer. She is a solid staple with that team. She does not get the recognition because LSU just doesn't get that recognition for many different reasons. So I do think if they were to win it all, for sure her stock would go up. For sure her stock would go up. She would definitely be top 5 for sure. Now, can they win it all? They can do anything they put their minds to, but again, I think it would have to be, in my eyes, the championship is going to go through. In order for you to get to the championship, you got to go through LSU, South Carolina, or Notre Dame. And honestly, South Carolina, I think, has a really good chance at doing a repeat. Uh, but I mean, LSU and Notre Dame to me are right there on their heels. I know UCLA is the undefeated team, the only undefeated team. They are still number one. No shade to UCLA, but I'm rooting for my teams. Um, I think LSU can, but I think if anybody out of SEC makes it to get a chip is going to be South Carolina. And it might be, depending on the bracket, we might be doing another SEC tournament. I mean, SEC championship game on a national stage between LSU and South Carolina for the chip. Now that would drive me bananas. That would drive me crazy, literally. But I definitely think that would help her stock. Mercedes Russell to the sky. No, I'm good on that. I don't. I'll pass on that. No shade to her, but I'm good with who. I don't. I'm good. J Spot. Ace is interested in Cheyenne Parker Tyus. I didn't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Is it a good thing to maybe bring her in? Yeah, why not? Asia needs help, and Asia needs scorers. And right now, we don't really have that. Like we got Hot Girl Meg that sometimes can go off, sometimes she doesn't. Kia, we know, doesn't at all. She's great on defense, but that's it. I think she was exposed this last season, being a offensive liability, and we need somebody that can help Asia. We need somebody that can supplement Asia. And if Asia does go out of the game, we need some people that can still keep it going without her having to pick the team up and put the team on her back in order for us to try to get close to winning games. So I like Cheyenne. I like her to come there. I mean, get Tina Charles too. I give us all the help that we can. I know we got Elizabeth Kitley, but again, I'm all about vets being there for the rookies and for the young players, giving them the knowledge, helping them along, because it's only going to help in the long run. Once these players start to retire, these young players now have the knowledge. Now they can pass the torch, and now they're eventually going to be the vets. RC says, sometimes I got to slam my Caitlin Clark fandom dominoes down on the table, and you know this. I understand. I haven't heard it in a long time, so I'm happy to see you back. Political says LA gave up the pick. She is not coming out unless she can make her way to ATL. Who we talking about? Nathaniel says Golden State Valkyries. I don't think this team is going to be good this year. Nope, it doesn't even look like they never did no trade yet. They haven't done a trade yet. No, they haven't done anything yet. They did their draft. I think again, we don't know all the people that have been talking yet. Players aren't supposed to sign contracts. Most players aren't signing contracts, aren't allowed to sign contracts before the first. So I think after the first, we're going to see a lot more traction and moving around than we are right now. This is just supposed to be the talking phase. But some things I guess that are just going to happen regardless, like trades and things like that. They're just moving on with those. But all these other players, your restricted free agents, your unrestricted free agents, a lot more action is going to happen after the first when they're fully allowed to start signing these contracts. Here's Summer laughing because she know I texted her. I told her to come on in here. Hey, Summer. She says if Flage is in the draft, Seattle takes Miles, and Seattle takes Miles. Should the Sky take Citron or Flage at 3? um, we need to take Flage. I'm down with taking Flage. If it's between Citron and Flage, I'm gonna go with Flage again. That's somebody who we know. They ain't got to be best friends, and yeah, they grown apart, but They were great partners on the floor. Flage and Angel, they did great things. They won a championship together. That's just more chemistry adding to your team. And Flage is a great player. So, oh my goodness, hold on, y'all. I don't know why I'm getting choked up. But yeah, I would like to take Flage. I was at church. Okay. You were at, that's fine. Hey, y'all, is what Summer says. Hold on. Oh my God, y'all. RC says, I think Big Fo should stay one more year. Political says, South Carolina, UCLA, Notre Dame, USC. That's what she thinks. Final four. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat in this mic, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Um, I don't know if I swallowed wrong, but I got a little, what they say, a frog, frog in my throat. Monty says if LSU wins it all, does Flage come out? Yep, I think she does. Nathaniel says Marina Mabry, Indiana Fever, free agency. You think she's going? Marina's not a free agent, so she can't go anywhere for a free agency. She could be traded, but she can't. She has a contract, so she's not a free agent. RC says, Summer, if my Bruins don't win it all, I'm going to have to point the finger at Kiki Rice, all that potential and never delivering consistently. She says, Nafisa Collier, free agency 2025. Where are y'all getting this from? Nafisa is not a free agent, is she? I don't think she was on the list. They got Kitley. I would like to see Tina Charles in Chicago. I wouldn't mind that either. Tina Charles to Chicago. We can trade out Elizabeth Williams because we don't need we don't need both Elizabeth Williams and Tina Charles. If we got Tina Charles, that's enough. I would get some more height. I would get some more fours and maybe I guess I guess you can keep Elizabeth. But we can't have too many people. Like we got to look at how many point guards we got, how many twos and threes we have, how many four or fives we have. We got to make it make sense. We got to um, make sure we got a evenly even bench there. But I would take Tina Charles over Elizabeth Williams. Brianna Jones, Los Angeles Sparks. Okay. They do need a big since they don't have Uru anymore. And Cam will be coming back, so that'll be a good alternative when she's not in the game. RC says I used to want Fee to come to Las Vegas, but the Lynx are contenders now. She's happy there. That hurt my chances of seeing the Aces prolong their championship window the longest, however. I know you've been talking about that for a while of having Fee go to the Aces. Kia Stokes has got to go. Gotta go. Summer says, Hey RC, I hope you're doing well. Dewana Bonner, Dallas Wings. Maybe. Flaw to Chi Town is what Summer says. Jay hasn't made her ginger shots. I don't have a code. I just somehow I swallowed something wrong. I'm drinking, having my drink right here. I think I swallowed wrong and now I have that little tickle. Leave me alone about this ginger shot. Everyone in the comments tell Jay to make her ginger shots. Don't get people to say that. Y'all don't say that. Tiffany Mitchell, Minnesota Lynx. Maybe. Summer says, in my opinion, those thinking about this year's draft should wait until 2026 for the new CBA and two new teams. So you said if they have the option to stay in, they should just stay in and not come out. I want Olivia Miles, so I want her to come out, even though she does have another year she could stay in. Free agency. Okay, I get it. RC says Fee got to win at least 2 more before it's over. 2 more what? Has she won one? I don't think Fee has won a championship. Are you talking about championships? Kia Nurse, Seattle Storm. Now you just naming people, Nathaniel. RC says J Spot chewing vitamin C gummies under the table. I already knew it. I don't know what just happened. I was talking fine and then I wasn't. All right, let's get back. Let's get back to where I was. Okay, hold on. Let me move me back to finish talking about this free agency. So are we done talking about draft? Anything else about the draft? Does anybody want to add to the show? Anything else about the draft? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Summer says, yes, Olivia to stay, but for players whose stock is a little lower, has the potential to go higher. Plus rookie contracts maybe more. Yep. Olivia to go, I meant. Okay. Olivia can go, but others that may be shaky on where they're going to stay, where they're going to be on the draft board, what their money's going to look like. Yes, I agree. RC says, I heard Haley Van Lith and Gianna Neepkins are second round draft picks, Jay and Summer. I forget all about Haley Van Lith. What happened to her? She started off the season strong, but I haven't heard anything else about her since they what? I think since they lost to who did they lose against? It was some ranked team that they lost against. I haven't heard anything since. She says Angel and Flage together on the same team in Chicago will be great for local media. HBL to Chicago, nah, political. I agree with you a lot of the times, but I don't agree with you here. I don't know about HBL because HBL is a what? 2? Yeah, I mean right now our 2 is gone, but I would rather take Dejanay than HBL. And if I'm going to take a new player, a rookie, I would rather, like I said, get Olivia or Pow Pow or Sonia or Niece over HBL. And then we might bring back Brenda Maxwell. So that's also something. Moses says TCU is still ranked 9. Yeah, but who's talking about HBL? Like I'm saying, I haven't heard anything about HBL. I'm asking, has anyone heard about her? Like I haven't really been hearing about her as much as I was in the beginning. Summer says Gianna Neepkins is a sleeper. LA may draft her to be reunited with her coach. Marcus JTV, what's going on? Kelsey Mitchell returns to the Fever. Yep. We just talked about that. That's as far as I got. An hour ago, I brought up the picture and we started talking about everything else. RC says, no, I love Neepkins, but it's too many guards in Los Angeles. Flage isn't coming anywhere near Chicago. Summer says, I can see Golden State picking up HBL. Now, I can see that. Moses says, TCU lost to Oklahoma State last week. RC says, the way I be talking about Neepkins, you think I was a Utah Utes fan. Okay. I don't know any of the W draft players we're going to draft to see. I don't know none of their names. I looked them up already, who was in the draft, but I don't know yet until April. Yeah, they have a mock draft out right now. Um, I don't even think I'll be able to find it. I know Summer sent it to me, but as much stuff as we pass to each other. Oh, right here. So it has. This is just the top 12. It has Paige Becker's number one, obviously going to the Wings. It has Olivia Miles at 2 going to Seattle. Then Sonia Citron, number 3, going to the Sky. Kiki Ariafin going to the Mystics at 4. Dominique Malonga going to the Valks at 5. Cheyenne Sellers from at 6 going to the Mystics. Georgia Amore going to New York at 7. My girl niece going to the Indiana Fever at 8. Let's hope not. AZ Fudd going to the LA Sparks at 9. Tahina Pow going to the Chicago Sky at 10. My girl Maddie Westbelt from Notre Dame going to the Lynx at 11. And then Sedona Prince going to the Mercury at 12. That's who they have for the mock draft. Anissa needs to be top 5 or mini trade up for Anissa. They playing with needs to be, right? Not HBO. Who said HBO? Did I say that? All right, now we're getting back. We're gonna get back to get back to some of the goings on with these trades and such. So we know Kelsey Mitchell re-signed. We already talked about that with the Indiana Fever. Then we have BG. BG, which was very shocking. Shocking is not the word I want to use. But I was very surprised. Let me say that. I was very surprised to see BG go to Atlanta because they were talking about her going to the Aces, which I wasn't a fan of. But BG going to Atlanta, she seems to be very, very happy about that. So if she's happy, I'm happy for her. Political says, I like Prince going to replace BG on Phoenix. Summer says, Niece is a franchise player. That's it, and that's all. Summer also says, BG was not on my bingo card. Let's start there. That part, not going to Atlanta. I think, and this is her first time testing free agency. She's been with Phoenix her whole career. I think we're nearing the end of her career. And maybe she wanted to end it trying something new. I don't know. Maybe Atlanta was talking the big bucks, and that's why she decided to go. I'm not really sure, but that's where she is. Then, of course, right here, this was earlier in the week. AT leaves Connecticut and goes to the Phoenix Mercury. Crazy, crazy, crazy. With the trade now, and I think I have the trade details. I think I have the trade details right here. If I put them in order, right here. Yeah, so you can see, if you can see that, hopefully you can. It says the Phoenix get Alyssa Thomas and Ty Harris from Connecticut, and Connecticut gets Natasha Cloud, Rebecca Allen, and they get I got to take this banner off so I can see. They get a 2025 number 12 overall pick, which is what I just said. Sedona Price or Prince, they have her going number 12 to Phoenix. So, that was interesting. That was very interesting, to say the least. Didn't expect that. And Tosh has been really talking about Phoenix and how much she loves it and how, trying to recruit people to come there, and they done traded that girl off to Connecticut. Um, which, wow. Summer says, I'm happy for her. The video on Rival posted was cute. Yeah, the little fishing video, that was cute. Jay, tell them I call it that AT trade. She did say that AT was going to go to Phoenix. She did say that. So give Summer her credit. She called it a long time ago. She says Alicia Gray recruiting on the fishing boat in Miami. By that time, it was already a done deal. They had their Atlanta shirts on under there. They were ready to make that video and welcome her to the pack. Cloud and Allen are sick. Political Lil says Atlanta was an odd choice given their new coach is all about threes. Maybe that's why she's practicing. Iowa, RC. Rebecca Allen stay on the trading block, and she's a good player. Marcus JTV says Cloud and Allen going from a facility to no facility at all. That part. Natasha left DC that didn't have anything to go to Phoenix that had this brand new spanking facility with everything they need. They don't have to want for nothing. They got a cook, a chef. They get meals prepared. They got all this stuff. And now she's going to Connecticut where she's going to have to share a gym with a young kid's birthday party. That's got to suck. That really does. That has to suck. All right. Next up. What else happened this week? Oh yeah, this was the stinger. This was the stinger that got me because you want to talk about not on my bingo card. I did not have KP going to the Los Angeles Sparks. You want to talk about going from luxury to the slums, and no shade, I'm sorry, I don't mean to call LA the slums, but we know LA does not have a facility. We know LA, I've already shamed LA for being, and this was my team. My original team was the LA Sparks, so I can talk about them like this. I shamed them earlier for being one of the original WNBA teams who started this league 20, almost now 29 years ago. And for them to not have the facilities that these players deserve, not have by this time put money and effort, their ownership. I'm not talking about the team, I'm talking about the ownership. Have not put the proper investment into these ladies, into these players, into this team, for them to have the lap of luxury. You like Houston Comets are no longer here. So although they had the first 4 championships, they're not a team right now, and they haven't been a team in a very long time. The Sparks are kind of like the pinnacle of beginning of the W outside of Houston Comets. They won the next 2. The Comets won the first 4. The Sparks won the next 2. There's so much rich history there with LA. You got Lisa Leslie. You got all those players that came out of there. Candace Parker, NECA played there. You had what's my one girl's name? Delisha Milton. Well, Delisha Milton Jones now. Those players, all that rich history there of those players being there. Lisa Leslie made the first dunk in WNBA history. The first game in WNBA history to be televised was LA versus New York. All that history going on, and y'all cannot get it together for these players. It's crazy to me. Having said that, I did not see Kelsey Plum leaving everything that she has in Vegas going well for her, all this stuff, to go to LA. But that's the decision that she made. They said she wanted to go there. That was her request, and they made it happen. So much so that LA was willing to give up its number 2 pick to get Kelsey Plum. So the details of this trade, if I can read it, because it's small on my computer, but it is actually, you know what? I have it on my phone. I don't even know why am I trying to read it like this? because this one won't let me blow it up where I can see even with my glasses on. Okay. So LA gets Kelsey Plum, the number 9 pick in the 2025 draft from Seattle. Because they did this between 3 teams. Jewel came from Seattle going to Vegas. Vegas got Jewel, the number 13 pick in this year's draft that they got from LA. And then Seattle got Lee Yuru from LA. They get the number 2 pick in the 2025 draft. So LA gave away their ninth. No, they get the ninth. They gave away their 13th and their 2nd pick in order to get Kelsey Plum, and then they got the number 9 pick. I didn't see that coming. I'm be honest. I did not see that. I heard first there was talk about Jewel going to Chicago. That kind of fell through. And then it was like Jewel says she wants to go to Vegas. Jewel has a relationship with Asia, they're friends and all that good stuff. I just didn't see it. I didn't think that Kelsey would leave Vegas, especially to go to LA. I didn't see that. But with Yuru going to Seattle, I think that means Mercedes Russell is probably gone, or they won't re-sign her or whatever. So we shall see. But that was something that I wasn't expecting to see for sure. But yeah, my family is broken up. I'm very sad about it because all I've known is Asia, Kelsey, Jackie, and then we ended up getting Chelsea in 2021, I think 2021. But that's all I knew is that core 4, and they've been playing together. The 3 of them, Jackie, Asia, and Kelsey, have been playing together since 2019. Asia is Kelsey's rookie. That's her vet. So in 1 year, 1 season, Asia has lost her rookie. She's lost her vet. She's lost 2 of her assistant coaches, and she's lost her GM. Crazy business. And there's more that's going to happen with I think we're going to see more changes with the Aces coming soon. But she gets Jewel. Sure, she's very happy to get Jewel. But yeah, for me as an Aces fan, I'm not going. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to Kelsey being in LA. Now, for the LA Sparks, I think this is great for them because I think Kelsey playing alongside Rikia and Cam and De'Erica, I think that's gonna be good. A lot of people now have taken LA from being in the bottom to one of the top teams with the best odds of winning a championship. Now, I don't know about all that. I'm not going to go as far as saying that, but that would be amazing for them to even make it in the playoffs, because I think they have not made it. This was their 4th or 5th year this past season, not making it into the playoffs straight 4 or 5 years, I think. So for Kelsey to come in, if she can get, gel with these players, they can get going with this new coach. And if they can make it into the playoffs, that'd be the first time in 4 or 5 years. Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Summer says, happy for you. Natasha said this under IG post. Yeah, I saw that. That was funny. My Aces, like my Shayla. Political Ill says maybe they will sell the Connecticut team to the Celtics. RC says, J Spot, I bet you the Sparks be back in playoff next season, though. Yeah, I was just saying that. Possibly. Marcus says the political. I can definitely see them doing that. Summer says also KP is from San Diego, so she's playing closer to home. Yeah, I get that. I understand. I just I'm gonna miss my plumber I always miss something, always happens where I don't get to see my complete teams. I don't understand that. And I'm going to go to Vegas to watch Vegas Aces play, and my KP is not going to be there. Um, Nathaniel says, "How was your day?" My day was great. It was long. It was stressful. I was in conference calls most of the day. I'm tired. It's going to be a long next couple. Well, what's tomorrow? Is tomorrow Thursday? Oh, hey, I got a 3-day weekend coming up. I just thought about that. Okay, I do have to do a little bit of work, but not all day. Sir, come here. What are you doing? Sorry. Gotta get the kids in line. My day was okay. I do have a 3-day weekend coming up. I do have to do a little bit of work though. So it's not a complete 3-day weekend, but I'm not gonna be at work all day like I have been the past week. So tomorrow is my last full day. But I had a pretty decent day. Thank you for asking. She says in Los Angeles, from a marketing standpoint, Plum, Brink, Rakia, Hamby sells tickets. No, you're right. It's gonna be must see TV. I believe so. Um. All right, that's all I have for the draft. Now, I mean the draft for the trades and all that other stuff. We talked about Sloot going to Chicago. We talked about possibility of Dejanay going to Chicago. Of course, we talked about AT. I'm thinking Bonner may end up going to Phoenix as well. Um, there's still a lot of moving and grooving to do. But we're gonna go through last but not least. Okay, Summer, good night. Have a good night. I'm going actually about to go to bed as well. I got about 10 more minutes. We're gonna rush through these. Not rush, but we're gonna go through these pictures, and then I'm gonna get off of here. So normally I would have my fit check, where I pick during the W season, pick some of the best outfits that I've seen for the week. But W season's not in right now. But what is in is the Unrivaled League. And they actually do have a little tunnel walk that they do before every game. And I've been slacking. I haven't been showing those pictures. So I picked a ton of pictures for these from the past 2 weeks of play, which is for some people, some of them 2 games, about 2 games each week. Um, and so we're gonna look at some of these fashions. So let's check them out here. So first we got who we have coming up. This is Aaliyah Edwards in the red and black number. I like it. I think it's very cute. Work it, Aaliyah. Then we have who's next? Angel. Angel in white. This was her debut game outfit. I remember it. I think she said it's Poochie. That's again something rich that I don't know about, but her and her Birkin bag and her Poochie outfit looking like a rich auntie, very rich from Beverly Hills. That's a cute outfit, the cropped pants. Then we have, I'm hitting the wrong button. Then we have Dejanay. You can't go wrong with Dejanay. Dejanay is just, she's always, no matter what, she's always looking good to me. Um, she wasn't playing, so this was just her sitting on the bench fit. Then we have Aaliyah Boston. I thought this outfit was pretty cute for her. It's a pair of pants, but if she's like standing with her legs together, it looks like a pleated skirt. But I like the crop top and I like those bottoms. Then we have Tip Hayes. Tip Hayes is wearing her stuff that she wears. This is her line. I forgot the name of it, but that's what she wears. Political, we almost done. We're almost done. Angel in 1950s Miami. There you go. We got BG in her get up. Who's next? We got Satu in the white trench, in the glasses looking good. We got Stewie. This is much better than what Stewie was wearing during the W season. I'm just gonna put it out there. Much better. I like these much better. Um, I just put this picture on here because I don't even care about the outfit. Do y'all see this lady's arms? Look at Skylar's freaking arm. Look at the arm that's holding the purse, though. She looked like she could put you in a headlock and put you to sleep in 2.5 seconds. I'm putting this picture on my wall as inspiration of what I want my arms to look like after I'm done working out because this is ridiculous. Love it. Then you got my off season bestie Lex in her jacket and skirt and halter top. Political says Satu is cute. Skylar can dress. She is ripped. Yes, she is. We got Stewie again. I like this outfit on her as well. We got Rikia. I haven't seen the other stuff that Rikia has worn. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I like this simple look. They all live there, so I don't know about them getting super dressed up because they're not really going anywhere. They're just coming out of their rooms or houses and coming straight there. Oops. Then you got that was Point God and her get up. Oh yeah. So Chelsea Gray. Then you got who's this? Oh, that is I can't see who that is. Oh, is that Courtney? That's Courtney Williams. The glasses threw me off. Stop. Gotta sit down, buddy. Then we have Satu again. I really like this. This is very cute. Then we had Arike repping Notre Dame. This was the day that I believe Notre Dame was playing Ohio State. So she was repping them. Here is Shakira Austin. I love that she dyed her hair red, that loud red, and matches with the pop of color on her boots. I think it's a solid outfit. I think it's really cute. Then we got the Barbie again, this time with her red Birkin, Louis Vuitton pants. I know what Angel's wearing because she does a video during game days and tells you what she's wearing. That's the only reason why I know that. But also you can see the print on her jeans. But I thought this was a cute look. I love when they take like a baggy look or a more masculine look and like girly it up. That's not the proper words to use, but I like I like when they do that. Feminize it. There it is. Here's the real rich auntie here. Skylar Diggins Smith. Do y'all see this purse? It's a freaking not a see-through, but this Louis Vuitton has holes in it where you can see through the purse. It's crazy. But that outfit is fire. Love that. Who else do we have? Stewie again. Satu again. No. This is not Satu. This is Fee. Fee, I think this is her first game. She's looking good in that burgundy. Here's Satu in the yellow with the leg out. Love that. In yellow and another yellow piece. This is Tip Hayes in her signature look. And then we have, I think this is the final one. Then we have D. Erica in her hot pink. So these were just some of the fashions. These were just some of the fashions that took place during Unrivaled the past 2 weeks. But I won't have so many next week because I'm just going to get the ones from week 3 and bring them to you. But yeah, that's about it that I have right now. So let me get back. There we go. But let me see. Was there anything else? Oh, South Carolina. Shout out to South Carolina for going through that 5-game tour of some of the top ranked teams coming out undefeated. The game between the game of the day, the game of the week, South Carolina versus LSU. South Carolina came out on top. It was a battle for a while. Both of my teams playing like sometimes it gets nerve wracking, but I just let them play. And I always say, may the best team win. And at the end, South Carolina just outdid LSU just a little bit more. Um, Nice did her thing. I think Flage, did she foul out of this game? If I'm not mistaken. Michaela Williams was doing her thing, but the one kind of surprising thing I thought that I would see was Kaylin Gilbert doing a little bit more. Her shots just weren't falling like they normally do. And down the stretch, when they really needed that push, they just didn't have what they've been having to keep themselves undefeated. It just wasn't happening. South Carolina took advantage of that. They ended up winning the game, and by quite a bit by the end of the game. But it was a good game still. I didn't get the ratings on that, but South Carolina versus LSU is always going to be a good game. Now there was some drama. There was some drama associated with it as normal, as usual when these teams come together. At the end of the game, also during the fourth quarter, there was a DJ in South Carolina that played Flage's dad's song. Um, Flage's, if you don't know, Flage's dad is a rapper or was a rapper. His name is Camouflage, and he passed away before she was born. And her whole kind of MO has been she's trying to live the life that her father never got a chance to. She loves music. She's a great rapper. She has some good music out there. She wants to carry the legacy of him and his name through her music, right? He means a lot to her. That's her dad, right? So when they lost, this DJ played this music. Now some people may say, what's the big deal? Like, how is playing his music disrespectful? Well, someone had pointed out that, oh, that's kind of messed up that you played, that wasn't really funny or whatever, that you kind of played her dad's music when they lost. Like, that was a little disrespectful. And the DJ, instead of saying, oh, I didn't even think about it. My bad. I play his music a lot. I'm sorry. I didn't mean I didn't mean any harm. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. They laughed in an IG post, like, oops, my bad, and had a little laughy emoji, which is, then at that point, we knew you were doing it on purpose. And then someone dug up some Facebook posts or comments that they were making, pretty much saying, like, I was waiting for her to foul out. I was going to play it when she fouled out. So it was intentional what she did, this DJ. So South Carolina put out a statement saying that's not cool. We don't stand for that. We're going to suspend this DJ for one game. We're going to talk to them, let them know where we stand and what we represent. And I think she may not. I think it's going to be more than one game that she'll sit out. They said that they're not going to invite her back from one game, but I think with the blow up and how everything went down, and I know Dawn is not somebody that stands for that. Now this doesn't really have anything to do with Dawn or the team. The DJ plays in the arena for the team, but it's not like they requested the song or anything like that. But I think if Dawn got wind of that, she's not down with she's not cool with that type of stuff happening. Like, they're there to play ball. Nobody has to make it personal. It was not necessary to do, especially not double down and start laughing and joking about it until you realize you were really getting heat. And then it was like, well, my apologies. I didn't mean it that way. But still, kind of still like being like, dang, South Carolina always has something to be, or LSU always has something to be mad about. Like, just take responsibility and move on. There's no need to like be in the comments going back and forth with people or making like subbing people in your tweets. So I think she might get a worse punishment for that, because it just brought a lot of negativity to the game that it didn't need to be. It should have been celebrating the fact that South Carolina won, and at that point was 4-0 against the ranked teams that they were going back to back to back to back to back with. Instead, it was about this DJ and her being disrespectful. She says South Carolina should just permanently replace the DJ. No one game suspension, slap on the wrist. Yeah. I think they probably will do that. Just take her off the rest of the home games, and maybe see if she's improved and she can come back next season. But I mean, we'll see. But great games. Notre Dame is still, I think they're undefeated in conference play right now. Very happy for them. LSU just had this one loss, but they're going to go on and they play tomorrow, so I'll be excited to see that. Um, LSU or South Carolina played. Oh, South Carolina played Monday. That was the end of that little road trip of playing the ranked teams. I don't know who they play next. Um, but yeah, shout out to South Carolina for winning that. We will see LSU again, I believe, probably in the SEC tournament. So again, my nerves will be on Front Street, and I'll be rooting on whatever team wins. So that's about it, y'all. It's almost 2 hours. It is late. I thank y'all for hanging with me. I do appreciate it. Go ahead and give me the likes on the way out. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, share, share. Tell somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Tell them to come on down to J Spot Live, hang out with me in the chat as we talk about women's basketball. If you don't find me here, you can find me doing Unrivaled coverage after every game night. So Friday, Saturday, Mondays, Seth and I go live after the games and do recaps on there. I also have a podcast out. It's under the name of Jay's Quick Three, but I'm in the process of changing that. But I'm releasing new episodes right now. So if you're in the podcast, you can check that out as well. You can find that on any podcasting platform, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'm about to be out. I hope y'all watch some really good basketball. I will see y'all on Friday. And I'm out. Thank y'all. Peace out.